This is where the pronoun thin end of the wedge thing comes in.
Okay.
So if we don't use female language for men, if we called trans women men and we said that man is going to win the cycling race, the women's cycling race, everyone would go no. But because that man is referred to as a trans woman and then now a woman in the press, then people have to have these conversations, which are ludicrous, because if we just said men and women, he and she, there's none of this confusion. We're all very clear about what we're talking about. Rachel Reese McKinnon, calls himself Rachel McKinnon. He's a man. Full stop. You know, when people go, why? Well, the lungs, the muscle fibers, no, because he's a man. We sort of get into these cul-de-sacs of, like, you've used the instance, and I think India was the one that introduced you to the idea that happens in utero, this sort of mix-up of whatever it is, hormones or hormone washes, I think he said it was. Absolute nonsense. But that's because we are trying to explain things that are so nonsensical, and then we're trying to put sort of intelligent hats on and explain why it's true, why it's not true. They're just men. That's it.
Is there no compromise, Posie? Is there no middle ground where we can say, okay, fine, they're not women, let's say, what they are is trans women. And we create a separate category so that those people can get the comfort that they need. They can have their own pronouns used. But for the purposes of, let's say, sport and other fields, they're not treated exactly as women in that sense. But broadly speaking, we give them the comfort that they need to feel good about themselves.
So in order to compromise, I will have to change my language to something that I know isn't true.
But no, I'm not saying you have to say they're a woman. I'm saying you have to say they're a trans woman, for example. It's a new category, let's say.
No.
Why?
I just don't. I think it's really bloody offensive to think that you can just stick on some clothes and demand that I change the way I think, because I don't think trans women is a nonsense term. Woman, it doesn't apply to those.
But you don't think
men.
There's a difference between me and me having cut off my penis and replaced it with an artificial vagina and artificial breasts? Is that not a different person, a different type of person?
I think you're probably a troubled human if you do that, but I don't think that makes you a different category of human. No.
And what a lot of women, in particular women that I know who are very close to me, get incensed and enraged by the term cis woman. Why is that so contentious amongst women?
Because it's women that have to change all our bloody language. We're uterus havers. I think in Ireland now, you're pregnant people. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm a woman. That should be enough, right? But it's not enough anymore because we have trans women. And so now apparently we have to have a prefix. This is why all the little tiny kind of placating language, right? All the things that are supposed to be nice and polite and kind, why they're so fucking dangerous. Because it means trans women, and I think the Green Party called us called women like me non-trans women. I mean, fuck off. No.